Hey, how's it going? Midwest Survivor, time for dinner chat. So first off, I want to say thank you to everybody that's checking out the channel. Click like and subscribe on the channel, check out the community. The Midwest Survivor Rebuilding Your Life and Coaching will be starting up here shortly. If you're interested in that, please message me on my Facebook page, Midwest Survivor, or you can also message me on any one of my other Facebook pages. You can also reach out to me on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Lemonade, or Facebook Messenger, or comment on the YouTube channel on the community. So tonight's Breakfast Bits topic is something that sounds extremely simple. And a lot of people say these words and it sounds extremely simple. But this will be one of the hardest things that anyone can ever do in their life. And tonight's dinner chat topic is letting go so you can move forward. And letting go, you know, it's a phrase. Disney put it into a song in the movie Frozen, let it go, let it go. But letting go so that you can move forward will be the hardest thing that anybody can ever do in their entire life. And I want to say thank you to the most amazing woman that I've ever known for giving me the inspiration to do this video tonight. Thank you, honey, so much. I love you. And I'm going to begin to learn to let go. I've been letting go of things, but today is a new day in my life. I hope it will be a new day for someone else as well, and for countless other people who watch this video. But learning to let go so that you can move forward. You know, every one of us carry things. We carry disappointments. We carry betrayal. We carry guilt. We carry regret. We carry anger. We carry grief. You know, we wish that our relationships had worked, and we wish that dreams would have came true for us. And the problem is that isn't that these things disappeared from our lives, and it isn't that these things happened. The problem is we continue carrying them long after they've stopped serving us. So I want to talk about that tonight, and I want to talk about what it means to let go, and what letting go, and why letting go isn't giving up. So, you know, what does it mean to let go? You know, they sing the song, let it go, let it go. You know, people all the time, you know, hear the phrase and say the phrase, just let it go, just let go of it. And it can sound very dismissive, you know, as if healing was as easy as flipping a light switch on or off. But letting go isn't pretending that something didn't happen. And it isn't saying that it didn't hurt. And it isn't pretending that everything is okay. Here's what letting go really means. You stop allowing yesterday to control today's decisions. You stop allowing the thoughts of the past to control every move, motion, and decision that you make. You stop carrying pain that no longer belongs in your present or your future. And that is not weakness. That is courage. So why do we hold on? So sometimes we hold on because we still hope that someone will change, or the circumstance will change, or it'll turn around. We hope for an apology. We hope for closure. We hope that one day they'll finally understand how much they hurt us. You know, other times we hold on to things because letting go feels like admitting that loss or failure is real. And if we keep replaying the memories, we keep asking the what ifs, you know, we keep imagining a different outcome. We don't have to fully face the grief and the realization and the reality and the magnitude of the moment. But eventually we realize something very important, that holding on doesn't change the past. It only delays our present, it hinders our present, and it delays the future. So here's the weight that we carry. Imagine trying to climb a giant mountain carrying a backpack full of rocks instead of the important climbing gear that you need to carry. Every step becomes harder. The higher you go, the greater the incline, the less the oxygen, the harder each step gets. And it's not because that climbing the mountain is an impossible thing to do. It's because that you're carrying unnecessary weight. And many of us carry around emotional rocks every day. Resentment, shame, regret, bitterness, fear, anger, other people's opinions, the need for other people's approval, false guilt, and the list goes on. And eventually the weight becomes so familiar that we forget that we're carrying it. Healing begins when we decide to put some of those rocks down, if not all the rocks. And here's something else to consider. Letting go does not mean that someone was right about us. One of the biggest misunderstandings about letting go is believing that it means that the other person wins. It doesn't. Letting go doesn't mean that they were right. It doesn't mean that they deserve another chance. That you have to trust them again, that you have to forget what happened. It simply means that you are no longer allowing their choices, their opinions of you, their perceptions of you to determine your future. And that is the freedom of letting go. So what you make room for. Each time you let go of something in your life that is unhealthy and hindering you and holding you back, you make room for something that is healthier. You make room for peace. You make room for confidence. You make room for healthy relationships. You make room for new opportunities. You make room for joy. You make room for purpose. You cannot receive everything life has ahead of you if both hands are still tied, if your legs are shackled. The greatest act of your life is trusting that what is ahead of you is worth more and releasing what no longer serves you, what no longer matters to you, and what has been crippling you all this time. So here's something else to consider. Change your perception. Look forward instead of looking back. Now there comes a moment in every healing journey when you stop asking, why did this happen to me? You begin asking, what can I build from here? You also quit asking yourself, why did this happen to me? Why did they do this to me? And you start asking yourself the more important questions. What can I build from here? Where can I go from here? What can I do from here? That question changes everything, and it's not about the question, it's about the rewiring of your brain that takes place when you start asking the right questions. And you begin, instead of living in survival mode, you begin to thrive and you begin to become healthy. And more importantly, you become, instead of living in a scarcity or poverty mindset, you become to live in a wealthy mindset. I am enough. I can do enough. I am talented enough. I am strong enough. I can do this. Your pain becomes just part of the story. It no longer becomes your identity, and you begin living your life with purpose and with clarity and with vision and without fear. So I want to say, if you are carrying things in your life that are holding you back, relationships, disappointments, failures, betrayal, a dream that didn't happen, I want to encourage you and say this to you. You don't have to carry it one more step, one more day. You don't have to let your yesterdays and the mistakes of yesterday define your present and your future. You can grieve, and that is okay. But more importantly, you can heal. You can forgive if you're ready. You don't have to forget, and you don't have to let people back in, but you can forgive when you are ready. And then you can move forward, because your future deserves more of your attention than your past. Remember this, you can start the next chapter if you cannot start the next chapter of your life as long as you keep replaying and rereading the last one. Choose hope instead of fear. Choose hope instead of doubt. Choose healing over pain. Choose healing over reopening the wound. Choose to move forward instead of looking back. Choose to move forward instead of standing still. So I want to ask you a very important question, and I'll post it on the community. What is one thing you have had to let go of in order to move forward? Or if you are still holding on, what makes it difficult to release it? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story may encourage someone else who is on the same journey. Letting go isn't about forgetting what happened and forgetting about who you are and where you came from. It's about refusing that part of you to decide your present and your future. Every step forward is proof that the hope that is within you is stronger than the things that tried to hold you back. So that's all for tonight. As always, I want you to stay healthy, get healthy, be strong, stay strong. And as always, Midwest Survivor, I want you to stay positive and focused. And remember, what is holding you back doesn't have to determine your future. Your past doesn't have to determine your present or your future. You can let go and be strong, because I'm letting go of things. I'm going to be strong. My life is only going to know one direction, and that is forward. So Midwest Survivor, as always, stay healthy, stay strong. I'll see you tomorrow for dinner, or see you tomorrow morning for breakfast bits. Have a good evening.